Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Prospects Show 101. My name is Chris Robbins, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys another quick look, this time on Nick Bawden, the fullback from San Diego State. Unfortunately, again, there is no tape on him either. So what we're going to end up doing when it's time to look at the tape is going to a Rashaad Penny game or two and seeing if we can find some plays with the fullbacks and see if we can find Bowden doing some blocking for him. Anyway, first off, before we get too far into that though, welcome. And hope you guys enjoy this one. This one's pretty interesting. I've never actually watched a fullback really that much before. So this pick, on the other hand, it wasn't really too surprising, though. Based on how Quinn was approaching the draft as a whole, we knew from his previous picks with Crosby, with Radnow, with, uh, with the Carry-On, that he was really approaching a power run game this year, and Patricia and Cooter both also agreed. At least they all came to a general consensus or conclusion that they were going toward a power run game. And a fullback is a great way to do it, especially in red zone situations. Having a guy that you can hand the ball off to for a 1 yard or less touchdown run, or maybe on a fourth and inches in a key moment in a key game, being able to hand the ball off to a fullback or have a fullback be able to block for a power back like LeGarrette Blount. I mean, I, I'm excited for some of these power sets we're going to be running next year, you guys. I mean, we're going to have, what, Taylor Decker at left tackle, not Tyrell Crosby, Graham Glasgow at left guard, Frank Radnow at center, TJ Lang at right guard, Rick Wagner at right tackle, maybe Crosby they were talking about is using as a sixth lineman and reports is eligible almost like a tight end, a blocking tight end like Troy Lolo, blocking fullback like Bawden, a blocking receiver like Kenny Chi on the edge, and their power back like LeGarrette Blount in those short yardage. Man, that's just so exciting that we actually have a chance to convert on one or less yard situations. I mean, this is the one big issue with this team last year was goal line in particular, less than a goal to go, less than a yard to go to goal, and those like third and inches, third and one, those very short yard. I mean, you can even consider like less than 3 yards short yardage. But I mean, I'm even talking like those plays that should be 100% guaranteed. Like you win the line, you get yards, and we just weren't able to win those last year. And this guy, along with the other draft picks we invested in the free agency class, should really help us get those very few inches, that 1 yard we need to be able to win those key plays in each game that determine the outcome down the line. And ultimately, those outcomes determine playoff spots. We saw that last year with the Golden Tate catch, right? I mean, if Golden Tate is called a touchdown, we getting over in the playoffs over Atlanta because we finished with the same record, we tie with them, we get in the playoffs because we have the tiebreaker by beating them. So, I mean, it's just those very few yards that come into play here, and this guy will help us. And if we get Atlanta right, we might be able to go to LA and beat them. I'm not saying it's a likelihood or anything, but Atlanta did it. So if we beat Atlanta the right way, there was obviously a chance that we could have been able to beat LA. And if we were able to beat LA, we would have been able to play Philly. And then Philly, of course, had Nick Foles. Does Nick Foles do as good against Terrell Austin as he did Dan Quinn? Does Matthew Stafford, coming off the playoff win, the first in Lions history, perform better than Matt Ryan did in Philly? Who knows? I mean, at that point, you're just talking what ifs. So, anyway, back to the point here. After all of that, um, Bowden, a very good blocking fullback, who really excels in those power moments. Name is Charles Nicholas Bawden from California, a three-star recruit as a fullback. Administration major with concentration as a management entrepreneur. Played in 5 games as a freshman, 9 as a sophomore, and started as a junior before obviously starting as a senior. And he did play in the Senior Bowl as well. One thing to note is every single Lions player did play in the Senior Bowl this year. So if you guys are looking to check out all these guys at once, Senior Bowl is the way to go. Definitely. So if you guys had those Senior Bowl practices recorded, I think Bosh Lombardi still has the Senior Bowl tape from the game up as well. If you guys want to just go back through and watch that, you'll be able to see a lot of Lions players in that game. With that said, let's go ahead and check out this Zerline report here on NFL.com on Nick Bawden and what he can do. So he's listed at 6'2", 245. I don't really think size matters all too much for a fullback if you play to it. Listed great as a backup or a special teamer. Obviously, special teamer would be great for a 7th rounder. Starting fullback, I mean, a 5.36 at quarterback is different than a 5.36 at fullback, if you know what I mean. Did not get invited to the combine. Again, I don't really think a 40-yard dash is going to matter too much for a fullback. If you guys care to know, you can always look up his pro day numbers. I'm not really going to take the time to deal with that because I don't really think that matters. Bawden's career with the Aztecs took a left turn early on, but it all turned out okay for the best. He was a 3-star recruit as a quarterback. What? He was offered as a quarterback by Washington? Okay. So he could have been the backup to Jake Browning. Well, okay, so let's stop right there here. Wildcat packages. I haven't gotten to Kerryon Johnson's film session yet. We'll be getting to him in a little bit. This guy and Kerryon both know how to throw the football at the running back position. In Bawden's case, the fullback position. We have a running back and a fullback that can throw the football. D1. Okay, I know Kerryon ran Wildcat at Auburn. But, and Jim Bob has experience in a college offense. Okay? That's going to be fun to see if they utilize that. Don't let that go under the radar, because, I mean, I would not be surprised. We saw Stafford at the end of the game, at the end of the Green Bay game last year. Right? He caught the ball I think it was a 2-point conversion at the end of the Green Bay game last year. Stafford can catch. Bun and Kerryon can throw. Bun can block in red zone. If we want to run like fake counters or something with like Golden Tate, who has rushing ability in open space, there are endless possibilities to what this offense can do from a play calling standpoint. And again, that dynamic brings something up too. One common criticism with the Lions offense last year under Jim Bob was lack of play calling creativity. Right? It was the same sex, the same gun, especially when Stafford was hurt. It was a lot of gun, both this year and last year. And just the same basic concepts. It seemed like I could predict plays, but literally a drive ahead. Screen, slant, curl, hitch, go. I mean, there were so easy concepts to predict, right? With Bawden here in a fullback set, with Kerryon here, able to run Wildcat, able to run out of both gun and under center, with Galladay having a little bit more experience in route concepts. I think that these moves this offseason, not to mention the ability to get both zone and power blockers in Crosby and Ragnow, who play both schemes on the line, I think this opens up a lot more possibilities, not only in just play call itself and getting different concepts in, but also in different packages and different formations. Instead of seeing 75% gun and 10% under center and 5% pistol or whatever, we'll run Wildcat, we'll run single back, we'll run power, we'll run I-form, we'll run split back, we'll run pistol, we'll run gun, we'll run 5 different formations that are gun, 5 different formations that are pistol. We'll run 5 different plays that are wildcat. We'll run 5. I mean, the possibilities with Jim Bob and Patricia especially, and hopefully his creativity can work with Jim Bob on the offensive side. The creativity of this offense, I expect to be off the charts. Having a fullback who can throw, having a running back who can throw, having a quarterback who can catch, having, oh man, this is wet dreams right here, people. Anyway, continuing on. When he left Northern California for SDSU, Vaughn got his opportunity to show coaches his skills as a passer in his freshman season, starting 2 games as a freshman as a quarterback. What? He won a game and lost a game and completed only 13 of 38 passes for 147 yards and a touchdown and 2 picks. We're not going to be asking him to be a starting quarterback here, people, right? I mean, we're going to be asking him to come in and pass like once or twice, like a game at most. But still, like the possibility, the creativity, and the option, right? I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, let's just have this guy go out there and be our like backup quarterback. No, this guy's our starting fullback, our lead blocker, who has the option in certain sets to be able to occasionally pass the football, right? His coaches asked to move him to fullback after the season, and he agreed after some deliberation. Okay, so I think he's coachable. Bawden was a reserve in 9 games at the position in 15 before taking on the starting role the next 2 seasons. In fact, Bawden was the lead blocker for the nation's top rusher in 16 in Danielle Pumphrey, and 2017 in Rashaad Penny, who actually got taken in the first round. He was the lead blocker for a first round rusher in a non-Power 5 conference. That is amazing. Amazing credentials. Also has receiving ability out of the backfield with 15 receptions, 137 yards as a junior, and 15 for 103 and a touchdown as a senior. So this guy has 30 catches for 240 yards. I'm taking that at fullback, man. This guy has the ability to catch at the fullback position. He has the ability to block very, very well on the fullback position. And he even has the ability to, in some sub-packages, throw at the fullback position. That in itself is worth a 7th round pick, right? Not to mention how good he is at those things. So, alright. As for his profile here, he is compared to Tommy Bohannon, who's actually a starting caliber fullback in the league right now, which is a very good sign in itself. Projected in the 6th round, so he actually got a pretty good value for him as well. Quarterback turned fullback was bought into the physicality of the fullback position and his mangled nose to prove it. Okay. One has good size and is a competent pass catcher. Both those things are very, very nice. Market for old school fullbacks has shrunk, but he has the ability to find a roster home as contributing as a lead blocker and pass catcher on play action sets as well. Man, I'm loving this kid already. Strength shows the ability to make adjustments in his block responsibility quickly when needed, so he's a very, very quick thinker, which is very, very nice to have. As a run blocker looks for work, I like that. I like that he's willing to be aggressive and find guys to block. It's very critical in our offense. Able to engage and sustain long enough for running backs to hit the crease. Again, with Carry On being a more patient runner, looking toward the long term here, giving him a guy is able to sustain long enough for a patient running back like Carry On to be able to shoot through is going to be a big factor in this offense. So while that might not seem like a big deal, that is a big deal in what we're going to be doing over the long term. Triggers and accelerates into contact when he finds his target as an ISO blocker. So again, he has the acceleration here to be able to hit targets quickly. I really like that. Able to unlock hips into contact, so he's very technically sound. Decent athlete in space and can get his kick out blocks on the perimeter. So even if we're talking pitch plays out of I form, right, which is going to be something again we look toward in goal line, especially with someone like Amir who is more fluid in space. Or maybe we put Golden Tate a halfback on some of these plays with a lead blocker like Bond, and just get him into space. Having Bond be able to kick out and block in space is going to be very, very nice to have. Catches with reliable hands, so again, doesn't drop passes, And one thing that this pick reminds me of too, it goes back a while, so some of you guys might not remember this, but it's really stuck in my head long term, is the 4th down play in the Seattle game. I think it was in the first quarter still, technically. It might have been second. Where I believe we ran out of I form. I think Burton was the fullback. And Mulligan. I forgot his first name. It was something Mulligan. Was the receiver on the 4th down play, and he dropped the pass on like 4th and 1. Gave Seattle good field position. They scored the touchdown and ended up winning the game after that because they got the field position and went down to score. I believe that was the drive where Richardson got his big time moment or whatever, in his shining moment. If Bawden is able to replace even that role, I mean, you get him on that play in that game, in that situation, that changes a playoff game, right? I mean, if we're able to continue that drive, maybe we score, maybe we get the first points on the board at that moment. And that changes the tide of a playoff game in just one play. If we're able to win a playoff game and go on and on and on and on and on, right? So, I mean, just having this guy in here for one play, 2 plays, I mean, that's the kind of impact you look for in a 7th round and a 53rd man on the roster. Able to be used as pass catching option out of the backfield, even with a cast on his hand. Okay, interesting. Weaknesses, looks hesitant at times when his expected block doesn't show up in the hole. Okay, so we need him to be a little bit more aggressive at times. We'll get him there. And needs to improve with his hands at the point of attack. Okay, so that's again something that we're going to need to work with technically. Hopefully we can get him with Davidson on that as well. And Walker is known for being our running backs coach. Has done very, very well with Amir and Theo in pass pro, to the point that both of them are top 5 guys in the league in pass protection. So hopefully both of those guys combined, even Patricia, if need be, can work with him on the technical aspects of blocking. Same thing with this, just discipline. Really, I mean, these are simple things that we can improve, hopefully very, very quickly to get him over the top. Can play with a little bit more knee bend to improve pad level. So again, it's just a very simple technical style thing here. I think that what we're getting at here is, outside of looking hesitant, all of these things are very, very simple technical aspects of things. And if we can get him to play motivated, and look for things a little bit quicker, I think that he has the mental traits, and he has all the things that you're looking for day one to be able to contribute and play an immediate role, right? So, with that being said, let's see if we can pull up some, in fact, let's actually check this out here and see what they have to say.
Detroit Lions fans, let me hear you! With the
Oh, rip that. Okay then. That did not go as expected. Alright. Okay, let's check out some Rashaad Penny tape here. And see if we can find some plays. I'll just skim through it quick. For those of you guys who are Seahawks fans in here watching this could be a good chance for you guys to see some Rashaad Penny. Stanford. Let's do it. Quinn always talks about his big competition. And playing against the best teams in big time conferences. So let's see what he does. Oh, okay, look at that. First play is fullback. I love it. Alright, so obviously he is going to be the fullback on this play right here. We'll slow this down to 0.25 because I don't expect a lot of these plays here, right? Motion's over. Actually, truly got offside. And again, seals the edge. Nice shot of chipping in there. And it slowed him down just enough. And then he finishes. Takes this guy completely out of the play, which allows Penny to get some extra yards on this play. So again, watch here where this block takes place. We're doing this with Rad now as well. Block takes place at the 30 or the 42. So you're getting about 5 yards. About 5 yards post block there from our dude Bawden. Very nice. Things back to normal. Okay, again with the fullback here. Again, just finds the hole, takes on the safety. Unfortunately, Penny gets eaten up before that by people getting disengaged. But I love his willingness to be physical here again, and finish this play, right? So he just comes through this hole, and then look at him just completely take out his guy out of the play. Very, very nice ISO block there, and does a really effective job with taking his guy out. Okay, we get to see him here on the edge, actually, in pass protection. Spin move gets him, okay, but then he's able to force the guy out in front of him. So very nice job of recovering there, and then you see him finish and make sure the guy stays out of the play. Very nicely done. Again, I don't like that he got beaten there on the spin, but hopefully he's not put in that type of position where he has to play an elite type edge guy on day one. And that's, again, just going to come with staying patient. Making sure you don't overcommit to that hard sell on the fake to the outside. Again, another fullback play here. Takes this inside gap, one-on-one block. Bam! Gets lower than his defender and eats him out of the play. Very nice. Nice job by Penny to reverse that, though, and counter that. But again, focusing on Bawden here, he wins with leverage. I love that. He gets lower than his defender, and he's able to make that play open for Rashaad Penny. Same play, and again, you see it from the other angle. He just gets lower and completely takes 20 out of the play. I don't see him on this one. Okay, here we go again. Like how he came inside, and again, just beats him with leverage, sustains this block very nicely, and finishes down to the ground. Very nice. Okay, so this is actually him here on the edge again, I believe. And again, he just completely takes this guy out of the play, prevents him from coming back across and getting in the play. So very nice block by our dude Bawden here. Okay, again, we see him here. A lot of plays with the fullback, actually. Okay, and then he eats up his guy here. Oh, nope. Okay, so that was actually a negative play on his part. So let's see this again. Okay, so the first guy here, he probably should have taken 66. Would have been my guess, especially since it was the guy that got me on the play. Unfortunately, that was kind of his assignment to go through that gap, but that Stanford line has got a lot of penetration, particularly Harrison Phillips, by the way. Nice play by him. Yeah, you don't expect him to be able to block Harrison Phillips on that play. You expect your lineman to do it. Whoops, nope. Dang, I don't see him here. Okay, back to Bawden here. and bam, just meets this guy head on. Stays engaged, anchors very, very nicely as well, so he doesn't get forced back. Very nice, and as a result, Penny's able to get a few more free yards out of that. So we'll go back again here and revisit how many yards post Bawden we got here. Block takes place exactly at the line of scrimmage. So he gets about 4 free yards post Bawden block. Very nice. Actually 5 once he falls forward. Again, we see him on this play in motion. Takes the edge. Release play here, okay. And he's the pass catcher. Nice natural hands catch. Very, very nice. Very smooth catcher. I love that at the fullback position. Very nice. Oh, again we see him here. Just fills that hole and engages in the double team to take out 15. Very nice. Okay, nothing here. Oh man, Penny just got bulldozed twice. That's what happens when they didn't have Bawden in. So what do? They put him back in. Bam! Again, just lowers the shoulders so nicely. And look at that push! Oh, and he finishes! Let's go! What a block by Bawden. Watch this again, fellas. Oh, this is so exciting. Getting this kind of power blocker. Imagine this in 3rd and 1. Great power at the point of attack. Clearly opens the hole and then BAM! Pancakes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's go. What a block. 3rd and 3, short yardage. Bam! Lowers the shoulder. And again, same thing. Look at how big that hole is for Rashaad Penny. Oh my god. We're watching this one again, my fellas. Oof. Look at this block from number 15. Gets in the hole, and then BAM! Lowers the shoulder, and look at that push. Win with the first punch, and then BAM! Just gets him out of the way. How many yards post block is that? 3rd and 3. Again, we talked about those short yardage at the beginning of this, right? Bam! He makes contact. About 2 yards to go. Gets about 2, 3. You're talking about 10 yards post Bawden block on a 3rd and 3. Can you imagine that guy opening up a hole for LeGarrette Blount, my man? Holy mama! Loving that. Oh, here's a different view. Look at this. Look at this. Man, block it. That's doing the dirty work right there, fellas. Bam! Just move number 8 right out of the way. And give Rashaad Penny room to run. Oh man, I cannot wait to see this guy in live action. Ah, yes. Alright, here he is again on the edge. First down now because he had him in there to block for him last time. A very nice anchor. I believe that's him. Oh, no, that's the tight end. Never mind. So he was not in on that play. 3rd and 1. 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 3rd and Yeah, it was 82. Talk about. And that's why they only got 1 yard. Oh, okay, so that's not either. I have to pull speed for a play. And again, look at that. Their quarterback's scrambling all over the place. You don't put Bawden in, you get sacked. So what do? They put Bawden in. Our brother. Okay. Gets to the edge here, actually. Kind of opens up a little bit of a lane to him to the inside, I guess. Probably trying to distract it by Bawden. Next scheme. He got to the perimeter nicely, which is what I'm really looking for him to do on that play. Okay. It's actually him next to the quarterback here in pass pro. And again, took his guy out and he anchors so well. I mean, that's a Stanford defensive lineman right there. I'm not sure if that's Phillips or not. Phillips is playing nose right here. Nope, it's a linebacker actually. But he's just Phillips is the guy that gets free because the double team. But yeah, I mean, you see what he was able to do there. He anchored so well on this play. He just gets out in front, takes his gap, needs some head on, and he's not moving. He is not moving in pass protection. Stafford ain't getting touched next year, let alone hit. Okay, that might be him on the edge. At the top of the screen here. Kind of hard to tell. That I'm pretty sure was not. That was not. That was 87. I don't see him here either. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. Okay, here we go. Back in. Back side of this play here. And that's actually good protection by the rest of the SDSU line. He didn't really have anyone that he needed to block on that play. So nice shot. Nope, that's 88. Oof. I believe that might be him. It might be 88 though too. Yeah, it's 88 again. Alright, this time I'm pretty sure this is him. Oh, okay, single back with him. After putting motions out. This could also be a set that we see the Lions run with next year. Run Theo out there and get him out wide. Or Amir in some cases. And then use Bawden as a pass protecting back. And again, just does so well there. Stays engaged with this block long enough to be able to get the quarterback a free release. And bam. Easy completion because you have Bawden blocking the edge. Okay, here we go. Goal line set on a pitch play. takes the gap, and bam, just takes out 15. And look at that. Because of that, Penny is able to cut back and score. Round of applause to our man in Detroit City, Mr. Bawden. Watch this play again. This is what I want to see next year from you, my brother. Look at him just take on 15, open up the cutback lane for Rashaad Penny, and that's an easy touchdown. That's 7 points for the Detroit Lions next year. Ain't no field goal, ain't no going for it and missing it like we did in the Pittsburgh game. Baloney. That's a touchdown on the first play inside the 5-yard line. Touchdown Lions. Forward down the field. A Lions team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, we stand and cheer the brave. Bam, just completely takes 15 out of the play. Touchdown. Oh, I love it. Fullbacks matter, people. Here he is again. Bam, just completely takes 15 again. Oh, and look at that crease for Penny. That's 5 yards post Bawden. 6 yards post Bawden. Look at that. Here he is again. Lead blocking. Oh, I love that. Watch this play, right? This is very technical. Right, so what he's going to do here is his initial gap is to take this interior guy, right? But he sees this exterior guy as more of a threat on this particular play. So what he's going to do is he's going to adjust from taking this interior defender here on the edge to the force defender. Right, so he initially is supposed to take this gap. However, and take what I would assume to be this linebacker at the end of it, to taking out this more immediate threat on the force in the corner. So he takes out the corner, and instead of this being a play for a loss of yardage, Penny is able to spin out of the tackle from the corner and get positive yards. Because Penny has the easier matchup in 20 instead of the force guy. That is just great field vision and awareness by Mr. Bawden to take the more immediate and more dangerous threat. Again, we see him lined up here. 3rd and 1. Remember, we talked about those less than 1 yard and less situations. And look at that. He's immediately able to stuff him. And Penny is able to get forward for 3. That's the difference between a team with a fullback and not. San Diego State is able to pick up this yard because Mr. Nick Bawden here, Mr. Fullback, is able to pick up this guy who gets past the tight end and slow 33 down just enough to where Penny has enough momentum to get forward. That is critical, especially up 3 against Stanford at home. That's big, especially coming out of halftime. Okay, see him here again, actually. Oh, crap. Bam! Just completely hits him, forces him way out of the play, and he has no chance to catch up to Penny. Easy play, easy first down. Anyway, you saw my battery's getting low, so actually I think you guys have seen a lot of what Bawden can do for the Detroit Lions organization next season. He's going to be opening up holes for carry on. He's going to be blocking goal line for Blunt. And man, I am so excited to see what this kid can do for our organization next season. There is a lot to like about this kid at the fullback position. We got to see him with the catch with his smooth hands. We got to see him open up a hole for a touchdown. We got to see him open up some holes for third and short, third and one. We got to see him make some big time plays in distance. The only thing we didn't get to see him do is carry. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of carries, so. Uh, but again, thank you guys again for joining us. Hope you guys appreciated this. And again, fullbacks matter. Pancakes, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. Eat 'em up. Go Lions.